Preacher Mike with a question. Would you pick out and then pay for rotten fruit? Now, if you've ever been to a fruit orchard at the end of picking season, then you know the smell and look of rotting fruit. It's unmistakable. One time, Gigi planned such an outing to an orchard near Columbus, so all our grandkids could meet us there to pick apples and play games. She was going to buy everyone a bag of apples, so the children were tasked with picking out the best apples they could find for our basket. Now, one of the kids discovered a basket on the edge of the orchard that had been filled already, but it was filled with rotting apples. Flies were buzzing around it, the pungent smell of decay was strong, but it was easy to get to, and wouldn't you know it, they picked out an apple that looked fine on one side, but was turning to mush on the other side, and they tried to put it in our collective basket. Now, thankfully, we caught it, and we were able to teach them that when you put a rotten apple in a bag with fresh ones, the rotten one can, over time, ruin the good apples they had picked. The technical process is called putrefaction. Now, the Bible warns us about moral putrefaction that takes place in our souls when we spend too much time connected to those in this world who are rotting from the inside out. Some of those, we know, have become so rotten that they are spiritually decomposing before our very eyes. Their beliefs about sexual immorality, lust, evil desires, and greed have turned to idolatry, in which they are exchanging the truth of God for lies offered by the world. And we can almost smell the pungent odor that is expressed in their attitudes. And we can see the darkness and disintegration of their behavior as they are full of anger and rage and malice, slander, and filthy language. Now, we are taught to put such things to death before they cause us to decompose and begin to infect those around us. So it makes zero sense for us to choose to live in close contact with those who are rotting while neglecting the value of living in close contact with the living and active fresh fruit God provides for us. Let me illustrate it this way. Now, before you are two baskets of fruit, one of which you will choose to live in and be in direct contact with its fruit. If one basket is full of rotting fruit, even if a few not so bad apples are on the top, and the other is full of fresh good fruit, where will you want to be? Now, we might claim that we want to live in the basket of good fruit, but our daily decisions for ourselves and our children betray that claim. Jeremiah 9:4 warns us, "Beware your friends, do not trust anyone in your circle, for every one of them is a deceiver, and every friend a slanderer. Friend deceives friend, no one speaks the truth. They have taught their tongues to lie, they weary themselves with sinning." So, if we claim we want to live in the good basket of fruit, we must be aware that any of our family and friends or those in our circle who speak cordially to us but refuse to acknowledge God are inadvertently setting traps that ensnare us in their putrefaction, and we are choosing to live in baskets with rotting fruit instead of baskets with good fruit. Now, there are a myriad of applications for this truth, and we could apply it to, let's say, entertainment. Like, what kinds of things are we choosing to entertain us? Like on our videos that we watch or stream, and the music that we listen to, in the things that we read, or the podcasts we choose to tune in. We could also apply it to church. Have we skipped so much church and become so attached to the people with whom we work and play and serve that their immorality is infecting us and our attitudes and actions are beginning to stink? We could apply it to politics. Are we so full of bitterness and anger and fear because those we choose to follow or believe are drawing us into the midst of their deception instead of following and believing those who fill us with love and hope and courage to live victoriously? Are you following the pattern here? Now, this Sunday at PCOC, we will talk about how we can get safely home to heaven by overcoming the confusion caused by personal disintegrations, So I hope you can join us live or watch our streaming live service at 10 a.m. Subscribe to the Palestine Church of Christ YouTube channel or catch it at palcc.org. But whatever you do, take some time right now to consider where you have been putting your fruit. The longer you are in close contact with putrefaction, the greater the decomposition of your faith, which is exactly what Satan has schemed for you. Well, I hope you have a good day, and hope this message blesses you and encourages you and helps you.